Oh, functions. Sometimes a difficult topic for people to understand, sometimes not. I'm sure you've had exposure to functions in math, but do you really understand what the term function means? Just think about it like an automotive plant. You bring the materials over to the plant, you feed the plant with those materials, and the plant somehow gives you a car. The plant itself is the function. If you were an engineer, you would know how to design the internals of the automotive plant itself, which translate literally to the internals of the function. You are a programmer though, and you should know how to design the internals of the function. We'll start this tutorial with a very simple function and work our way up over the next couple of tutorials. Our first function we'll just call an echo statement. If we were telling someone that didn't know how to program functions, we might say that we're starting the construction of our automotive plant, and the only thing that the plant will do is print out the words, "I am an auto plant." Before we can do that, we have to understand the anatomy of the function. So the function starts with the keyword function, followed by the function name, followed by a pair of parentheses, and a couple of curly braces, and then inside you would have your statements inside the function body. This inside right here, this is the internal portion of the automotive plant. When you invoke or call this function, it'll do whatever is in between these braces. I think what we can do is actually go ahead and create our automotive plant function. So we can say function automotive plant. And then what are we going to put in here? Well, we can put in really any statement. So like, for example, echo I'm an auto plant. So we'll go ahead and save that. And if we look at this echo statement, I mean, in reality, this could be some guy inside the auto plant that yells, "I'm an auto plant," each time you call the plant. So to call or invoke this function, we simply use its name along with the parentheses. So we'll just type in automotive plant with the parentheses, and that's literally how you call this function. So let's go ahead and go to our functions, and there we go. I'm an auto plant is being displayed. Now we don't only have to do one thing inside the function, we can do multiple things. So for example, let's say we have another function called plant, and what we can do is say, assign a variable, type of plant is equal to automotive, and then say echo I'm an type of plant. So I know this is a little pointless to do right here, to assign a local variable inside this function and then concatenate it inside this echo statement, but for the sake of learning, I just want to show you guys that you can do multiple statements. You can also do multiple echo statements. I mean, you can have thousands of lines inside a function if you really wanted to, even though you probably should not. Now, the other cool part is once you assign a function, you can call it multiple times. So you don't just have to call it once, you can actually call it as many times as you want. So let's go ahead and call it twice. Now, so that everything displays underneath each other, what we're going to do is add break tags after each one of these echo statements. So plant is currently the function that's being invoked, and it's going to print out I'm an automotive plant, I'm an automotive plant. Let's go to our screen, hit refresh, and there's our plant function being called twice. Well, like I said, it seems a little pointless to declare the variable inside the function, just like what we did right now. We would like to create that variable outside of the function, pass it to the inside of the function, and then use it. This way, we could call the function and have it say, I am, and then whatever you pass to it, like I'm an eggplant, I'm an automotive plant, I'm a vegetable plant. What I just described there are basically called arguments, and we'll cover that in the next tutorial. So one last thing that we're going to cover in this tutorial is functions can actually call other functions. So we can say function get name, or say name, let's say name. And we can say echo my name is Dino. And then we can do another function that says state yourself. And we'll say echo hi, I am a robot from the future. Dot. And then we want to do something else. So what we can do is actually call this function inside of this function. So when we invoke state yourself, what this will do is it will say echo hi, I am a robot from the future, and then it will call say name, and say name is going to say my name is Dino. So let's go ahead and refresh our page, and there it is. Hi, I'm a robot from the future. My name is Dino. So I think this is enough for now. Next, we'll look at arguments.